Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we got a couple of really interesting bodybuilding topics to go over, and the first thing we got is basically an hour and a half of pure cinema. Milos Sarcev going crazy at Giles Thomas. So Milos had another one of his, as he says, meltdowns. I don't think it was a meltdown, that's just Milos being himself. He's very passionate about bodybuilding and he takes these things very personally. So basically, I definitely encourage you guys to go ahead and watch the whole thing. Not the whole thing, but like half of it at least. Because at one point they start going back and forth in circle and they're repeating just the same things. But basically what happened is the argument started in one of Milos's posts in which they were talking about Guduito and whether he should do the Pittsburgh Pro or not. I'm not exactly sure if Giles left his comment after Guduito was injured. I think it was after, because he basically said something like, it's not the end of the world that he's not doing this show. He still wouldn't place very high and he can focus on the Mr. Olympia, so it's all good. And Milos took this as he should not do the Pittsburgh because he's not good enough, because he can't win. And Milos had an issue with that. He encourages every bodybuilder to do every show as much as they can, because he was doing the same thing. He was competing against the best in the world, against Ronnie, Flex, Kevin, Sean Ray, Nasser somebody, and he was never really beating them. But even though he wasn't placing or wasn't winning any prize money, he was still doing all the shows. He enjoyed it. There are hundreds, if not thousands of photos of him with those guys. He made memories. He got a lot of experience competing with those guys, and he made a name for himself. So he definitely encourages everybody to compete and do as many shows as they can. And Giles, I don't think he was necessarily saying that people should not compete unless they can win, but he basically said it's not the end of the world if Guduito doesn't compete since he's now injured, because he still won't really place that well at that show. And Milos didn't like that message. He wants everybody to just encourage every bodybuilder to compete as often as possible, no matter how well they can do at a show. And so they went back and forth. Basically, Milos was attacking Giles for saying that. He was saying that, yes, he does see a benefit in competing and not winning the show, but they were going back and forth, basically in circles, and there was a lot of moments like this.
The question for you was just this. Okay, shut the up and listen. Okay. Shut the up and listen.
Rod, don't worry about it. This is cool. This is fine. I'd rather have it out here.
Shut up and listen.
Bitch you buy online, you know?
They can be majorly good.
I agree.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Ron. Shut up.
Oh, I'll go to the toilet. I'll see how I feel in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, go to the bathroom. You need to. You're full of Okay, so Ron, until some idiot from England is coming, oh, you have no benefits of competing. You see no benefits of him entering the Pittsburgh. You stupid motherfucker.
So basically this is how it went. I didn't really check the comments, but if what Giles is saying is true, then yeah, I think Milos went a little bit overboard with this. I mean, he insulted a guy way too many times, and it was kind of personal, calling him stupid and an idiot and saying all this stuff. It was probably a little bit too much, and Giles took it as a champ. He didn't really fight back. He just smiled, he laughed, and that was about it. And there's other guys who went through this. For example, Xavier from That's Not Bodybuilding last year, if you guys remember that. I mean, it happened many times. Recently, Bob Cicarillo as well. I mean, I had some not really back and forth, but Milos attacked me once for saying that stuff about Bakr Stabani. Of course, I didn't talk back because out of respect to Milos. It wasn't this bad, to be honest, and I didn't take it personally, but yeah, a lot of us have felt the wrath of Milos Sarcev. I don't know if Giles took this personally. I mean, he went with it. He didn't stop it. I guess they tried to make the show more fun. But still, Sarcev went a little bit overboard. And who is right? Well, I understand what Milos is trying to say. So basically, everybody should support bodybuilders to compete as often as possible. And nothing other than that is okay. But Giles is saying that he does see a benefit of Guduito competing, even if he's not going to win. And he never said that he shouldn't compete, only that now that he's not able to compete, it's not the end of the world, because still he probably wouldn't see a whole bunch of benefit because he wouldn't win. So basically, both of these guys are right at the same time, I would say, if that makes sense. but they went back and forth in circle for an hour and a half, and yeah, I guess those insults were fun. When I was watching, I was laughing. Watching Milos go crazy is always entertaining, but you guys tell me down below, what do you think, who is right, and did you enjoy watching this podcast? Alright, the next thing we got is also some drama. So, you guys may have seen Andrew Jack replying to Linda Murray about a whole thing about Arnold not paying enough to the women divisions, and he made this post in which he basically says, "For some of you ignorant people who can't read or have listening deficiencies, let me be very clear. Why did Linda Murray call me out directly and personally? I don't follow her. Neither do I even know her or her stats. I've been here in this industry for only 3 years. I have never said anything about anyone, neither complained. I've got nothing to do with Arnold's or IG followers, fans' choice. If you want to complain, go ahead, but keep my name out of your mouth." I think Andrew Jack took this way too personally. I don't think she ever called him out directly and personally. She was talking about the third place award. Whoever it is, it just so happens that Andrew was in third. She wasn't calling him out or saying that he got too much money or anything like that. She was just comparing the third place award in the open division to the total amount of money that was given to all the women across all the divisions. It just so happened that Andrew was in that third spot. He also says he doesn't even know who she is or her stats, which, I don't know, it felt like an insult, and it's not a good thing that he's doing this sport and he doesn't know the history of the sport. She's basically a legend of the sport. She won 8 Mr. Olympia titles. He should know who she is because she won 8 Mr. Olympia titles in women bodybuilding. I mean, yeah, okay, he doesn't know who she is, that's fine, but it's not a plus for you, Andrew Jack. I mean, this is not a good thing. This is embarrassing, to be honest. He says he's only in this industry for 3 years, which is also not exactly true. He turned pro 4 years ago, exactly, a little bit more than 4 years ago, but he was doing bodybuilding a long time before that. He just wasn't competing, and he was also a part of the fitness industry. Maybe he wasn't competing, but he was out there on social media. We knew about him through Larry Wheels mainly and so on, but yeah, he has been bodybuilding for a long time, and not knowing the history of the sport, I don't know, man. You don't have to know the history. You don't have to know. You don't have to follow women bodybuilding. That's okay. But saying that like it's a good thing, like it's a positive thing, like it's in your favor, no, it's not. And then he actually posted this. So he says, "Me, IG, 850,000 followers, 18 of them, 3 million plus. Common sense, me versus them, 6-to-1 ratio. To be honest, trying to do this math makes my head hurt. I'm no mathematician. I asked ChatGPT and it said that it was wrong, that the math was wrong." And that's what she said. You even contradicted yourself with this simple math, but he doesn't agree with that. I'm not sure, honestly, guys. If you are good in math, you can tell me if this math is right. ChatGPT said it wasn't, but that's not really always accurate. He also posted proof that he actually didn't get 100,000, that after the taxes it was less, but that goes without saying. Arnold Classic gave out $100,000, and what Andrew Jack received, that's not really what is the point here. So, yeah, I mean, he felt like he was called out directly and personally, which in my opinion was not the case, not at all. And what he says about himself, about keeping his mouth shut and not complaining, not talking bad about anyone, that's true. He doesn't really talk too much, but I guess it's for the better, because when he starts doing that, it doesn't look very good, at least to me. Maybe you guys see it differently, but what I'm seeing here, it doesn't look right to me. And then everybody else, the whole bodybuilding industry, everybody's saying the same thing about this issue. They're all saying, yeah, bodybuilding is putting people in the seats and it's selling tickets and nobody watches female divisions. We all know that. Linda Murray knows that. People are saying stuff, she should do her own show and just do female bodybuilding and see how many people are actually going to show up to watch. She knows that. She's well aware of that. She understands that. She's not crazy. But she's just complaining in order to maybe get something out of it. She's fighting for her fellow female competitors. And I think that's completely fine. And I'm not saying that just to not get cancelled, like some of you are saying. I'm not trying to be woke or whatever. I absolutely agree with everyone. You know, female bodybuilding divisions are not really popular. Nobody really watches them. So Arnold has his choice to whether give them the money or not. That's completely right, but she still has the right to complain, to potentially maybe gain something out of it. She probably won't, though, but she chooses to fight. And I completely encourage that, and I support that, for sure. Again, do I think Arnold should give out more money to more female divisions? No, if Arnold doesn't care about those divisions, he doesn't have to give them money. But, again, I understand what she is fighting for, and it's normal, right? And once again, what Andrew Jack is saying here is completely uncalled for. I don't understand why he took this so personally. It wasn't direct, it wasn't personal, but yeah, he took it the way he took it. And I had to show you this Instagram post. They used this photo of Andrew Jack with their tongue out. They're not letting it go. This most muscular with Andrew Jack's tongue out is iconic, and it fits perfectly here, and it's funny. Once again, but yeah, that's my opinion, guys, on this topic. Whatever you think, tell me down below. Alright, the next thing we got is an update from Stephane Matala, who, as you guys know, is now prepping for the Open class, for his Open debut. And here in the caption of this post, he says prep start, which is something he has been saying for the last 10 weeks. I don't know if prep started now or 10 weeks ago, but he says prep start, whatever. He tags his coach Patrick Tour. And other than that, he looks absolutely massive right here. I mean, the guy has all the tools to be a really freaking good Open pro. As far as his conditioning right now, I mean, I think he's doing France Pro, and he has enough time. Last year it was 2 weeks before the Mr. Olympia, so I think it's similar time this year as well. So he has like 20-ish weeks to get ready, which is more than enough time. Conditioning right now is not close to stage ready, but again, he has a lot of time. Size-wise, he definitely grew a ton. We got this video as well. I mean, the guy's arms are freaking humongous, like really freaking big and really full and round. And I think it's gonna look crazy on that stage. Look at it from the side, like the arms, crazy arms. Shoulders also capped, round, chest wide, and it gets really separated when he's in shape. So yeah, he has also pretty good legs. The back is something he was lacking in classic physique. We'll see how much it's improved, but like all the new pros have weaker backs, so that's kind of expected. Do I see him winning his pro debut? I mean, it depends who else shows up. France Pro is usually not exactly the toughest show to do. Not a lot of great bodybuilders show up there. I mean, last year we had Samson Dauda, but that was a huge surprise. So he might do pretty well. Do I see him winning France Pro? I mean, it's a possibility. It's not out of the question, but I doubt it. Like, there's probably going to be one or two pretty good bodybuilders, like Olympians. So if he's like top 3 at his first pro show, Open pro show, that's still a huge success. I mean, we'll see how he's gonna do, but I think in a couple of years, there is a huge potential for this guy to be really competitive in Open class. I mean, if this is what he looks like right now after only 1 year of off season and actually trying to grow for Open, not holding back for Classic, imagine what's going to happen in 3 years from now if he keeps pushing at this pace. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy for sure. Anyways, guys, tell me down below, what do you think about Stephane Matala's current look, about what Andrew Jack said, or about Milos Sarcev versus Giles Thomas? Whatever you want to say, guys, down below in the comment section. Leave your comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. For more content about bodybuilding like this, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon. All the best, and bye-bye.